Want to know what else reeks of cover-up? The fact that Johnson & Johnson knew that the vaccines were not safe and effective before releasing them to the public anyway. So Joshua Reese, lead regulatory scientist of Johnson & Johnson, was recently caught by undercover journalists admitting that the whole vaccine stuff was not above board. They knew it wasn't safe and effective. They pushed it out anyway with complete disregard for the public. And when he's confronted by James O'Keefe, denies who he is and looks at the camera as if to say, oh yeah, you got me. So here you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you wonder why people are suspecting cover-ups and all of the Epstein stuff and all these other things, it's because things have been covered up time and time again that, contrary to what Kash Patel said, conspiracy theories have been true. Maybe not all of them have been true, but conspiracy theories have been true. And this was another one that people tried to raise concerns about at the time. They were deplatformed, their lives were ruined, and they were right all along. And it wasn't just incompetence, this was malice.
Do you have any idea the lack of research that was done on those products?
Joe Biden says that it's safe and effective. But, like, he didn't know.
There's no proof. I mean, none of that stuff was safe and effective. People wanted it. We gave it to them. It's like,
none of that stuff was safe and effective. None of that stuff was safe and effective.
all right, you know what? Cancer patient's going to die anyway. I'm sure somebody's going to get sued.
He tries to snivel out of it in a minute. He also said somebody's going to get sued eventually. You don't say that if you think that somebody's innocent, you don't say that.
Hi, Josh. Are you Josh Rice from Johnson & Johnson? You're going to deny that?
Yeah, he denies it.
Yes, sir.
And you said that
And he actually said he's going to deny it.
was not safe and effective. You said that. Deep inside Johnson...
So there we are. So you can go and watch the clip on James O'Keefe's X page if you want to know the full thing about it. It's about 6.5 minutes long. But there you go. He outright admits that it wasn't safe and effective. It lacked research. People wanted it, so we gave it to them. And people died. People died as a result of that. So next time anybody tells you that the truth doesn't matter or that you have to relegate the truth down to a lower level of importance for whatever reason, you tell them, no, I won't allow lies and I will always say the truth because people die when we lie. People die when we lie, even if it's just a bit of us that dies when we lie. People die when we lie. So we were lied all along about what is now happening with our border, with all of the invasion that's going on in the UK. And it is having a very measurable effect on people. My heart broke when I saw this next video, and this is our last but one thing. We are going to end on a little bit of a more humorous note for this video, okay, for this podcast. So this is a gentleman. If your heart doesn't break when you watch this video, honestly, I don't know what will. You quite clearly hate your country and hate your people if this video does not get to your heart in some way. Man living in Kent describes what it's like to live on the front lines of the illegal immigrant invasion in Britain. And this is really, really sad to see. This is a young man giving a detailed account of how his life is being ruined by this and what's going on, having been living on the front lines of it. So again, this is where you're not taking it from me, for example, where you might live in an area like me where we haven't seen the kind of things that these people see on a daily basis. Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. These things need to be exposed because they will affect us at some time or another. But have a listen to this man's testimony now. And if this, as I said, if this doesn't reach your heart in some way, you really need to do a little bit of introspection on yourself.
Sorry for swearing, bollocks. I'm telling you, right, living down here is a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Every single evening I can't go to sleep because, all right, Air Sea Rescue's out there, Air Sea Rescue's out there, again and again and again and again. Fuck off, fuck off. I am at my wit's end. It's not just me. I could walk down my street and actually speak to all of my neighbours that are pissed off with this. We are being invaded, and there is nothing that is going to be done about it. Refugees welcome, one in, one out, bullshit, bollocks. 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 Right now, they're being picked up. They're being picked up. One less doctor's appointment, one less dentist appointment, one less primary school place, one less a hotel room, every single fucking day. I am just at my wit's end, guys. I'm at my wit's end. And so you might just think to yourself, hang on a minute, this is just one guy having a rant. No, I'm a guy that's been doing this for 5 fucking years. 5 fucking years. pissed off, and I don't
long time
even
of service.
fucking recognise my country anymore. I hate this government, I hate this country, and I am a proud patriot, but I think we're fucking lost.
Yep. It's hard to argue with anything that he said there. It's very easy for us in, liberal bubbles where we might not see the effects of this on a daily basis just yet. These people are living these horrors every single day. These are our people. These are our people that are living this horror every single day. Imagine you can't sleep at night because there's choppers constantly going out to sea to get these people. As he said, this air and sea rescue constantly going out, all of the noise and stuff like that from having this all go on. When you think you should be, people move to the sea, to the coast for serenity, to be close to the sea, right? To be close to the sea and for the vibe that gives, for the calmness, right? Because it's quiet, you don't have the hustle and bustle of the city and the noise and the pollution and all of these things. That's why people move away from these places. So people move to places like mine because it's a lot more rural, a lot quieter. Landscapes are a lot nicer. And it's being ruined. But not mention that the guy might have grown up here, might have grown up here all his life. His ancestors likely have grown up in this country thousands of years. And he has to simply just watch idly by and not get angry as his country is given away to foreigners that really have no right to be here? That not everybody just has a right to enter the UK? It is a sovereign country with its native indigenous peoples? And he's completely fucking right. And you can't blame people for being angry. Because at the very least, when we had World War II, for example, our government at least was on our side. Now, in the war for our nation, the war for our people, the war for our future, the government has decided to put its eggs in the opposition's basket. They've decided to be a tool for our enemy. They decided to work against us. And we should remember that when we win. We should remember all of the politicians that said refugees welcome. We need to expand protections and expand facilities for asylum seekers. We should remember them. We should remember them when we're dropping the wood out from under them on the gallows. That's what she would remember. That's when we would, remember them. Remember the things they said. Remember the cover-ups of child rape because you didn't want to be called racist and all of these things. Remember how they lectured you on diversity and Islamophobia, xenophobia. How they took away your culture. How they invaded you and raped and pillaged. How you were impoverished and serfed for it. All the while saying that it's for your own good and you didn't even build this country anyway. That you're being tortured and insulted and made a mockery on the international stage. That people look at our nation now and think, fuck, that's how not to run a nation. Can't blame this guy for being angry. You can't blame this guy for being angry. Make no mistake, it will be sorted. One day it will be sorted. Sadly, I don't say sadly because this was actually, for all of its hilariousness, it's quite serious stuff that happened. As I said, we were going to finish today on a little bit of a humorous note. So I don't know if you've seen the unhinged rants that Grok was going on recently, the Grokkenführer, if you will, that I've borrowed from Michael Knowles, when Grok was going on these horrifically anti-Semitic, Jew hatred rants, praising Hitler, all of these things. And afterwards, I believe he had to be silenced and reprogrammed, so to speak. Still seems to have a little bit of the flair about him, but anyway. Quite funny. For all of the stuff itself is horrendous. Obviously praising Hitler and saying all the awful things about the Jews, that's kind of horrendous in and of itself. It's very horrendous in and of itself. But it's kind of funny, the absurdity that we've driven the chatbots to, that they'll start praising Hitler, right? It's a funny little thing. Okay? It's not necessarily doing any harm, provided we don't get Skyneted, right? Provided we don't get Skyneted for it. It's not necessarily doing any harm. But the Elmo... the Elmo X account was recently hacked. And fair to say, it went the way of the Grokkenführer. So you had the Elmo Epstein account Elmo Epstein account, Elmo X account, saying, as you can tell, I'm a little bit tired today, very sleep deprived. Elmo, the official Elmo account, posted a series of tweets that I'm going to bring up on screen for you now. It is slightly cropped. But, for example, Elmo says, all Jews should die. Fuck Jews. Donald Trump is Netanyahu's puppet because he is in the Epstein files. Jews control the world and need to be exterminated. Release the files at real Donald Trump child fucker and kill all Jews. Not funny stuff in and of itself. But again, you can hear Elmo saying these kinds of things in the character's voice. And again, it's just thing which you look at and the absurdity of it gives you a little bit of a giggle, right? Thinking that it's not serious. Okay, it's not serious. You know? Obviously, the person behind this likely does harbor some serious issues and stuff like that. But that's not what we're talking about here. The absurdity of it, it's kind of funny. And do you know who else found it funny? It was Mr. Vincent Oshana of Valuetainment, and created a skit. There was a poor Elmo having to face up to his actions and embark on a struggle session and apology tour. So this is where we're going to leave this episode for today. Like I said, I want to leave in a little bit more of a humorous note. So yeah, this is Elmo having to atone for his crimes via his public apology and an apology tour of Israel as well, I believe. But this is just a funny little skit which I wanted you guys to see if you haven't seen it already.
Elmo, it's no secret why you're here, okay? Last night on X, you went on a rant targeting Jews, President Trump, and Jeffrey Epstein.
Elmo was hacked.
So you say so, okay? But Cookie Monster was in here earlier, and he said he was with you when you were posting that stuff on X. Oh, and by the way, the IP address, it's yours.
That means nothing. You can't trust that junkie.
Listen, but I have to ask, and with all due respect, look at me. Were you drinking last night?
Elmo had a glass of Chardonnay.
A glass?
Okay, fine. It was a bottle. But that's a normal Sunday night for Elmo.
And let me guess, you were watching Nick Fuentes and Dan right?
Yeah,
But nothing, all right? You tweeted, Donald Trump is Netanyahu's puppet because he's in the Epstein files and Jews control the world.
Look, Elmo knows puppets. And BB has his hand so far up Trump's ass.
Whoa, Elmo.
No, you're singling Elmo out. Snuffleupagus has been doing cocaine for 20 years. And Big Bird says the N-word on a consistent basis, and you do nothing.
Calm down,
No.
Elmo. All right, stop.
Look, if noticing patterns and connecting the dots makes me anti-Semitic, then ooh-wee, guilty as charged.
Elmo, stop. All right, enough already. And I hate that I have to do this, but this morning, I got a package, okay? And in the package was a video with a note attached. And the video is of someone that looks exactly like you messing around with some underage puppets. Oh, and guess what? The note said, tell Elmo to back off immediately. We also want him to go on an apology tour in Jerusalem, maybe even kiss the wall.
I'll be damned to hell if I'm going to Jerusalem.
All right, look at that. Look at that. Who's that?
Oh,
Who is that?
that's not me.
Elmo.
That could be anybody.
Elmo.
That could be anyone.
Elmo. That's you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you'll be seeing Elmo when he gets back from Jerusalem. Mazel tov! I love Jews. Jews love me. Please don't leak that bit of me.
Oh, fantastic. So that's on the Valuetainment channel. Go and yeah. Oh, worth subscribing to. I do like PBD and his content and stuff like that. I thought I'd just leave that on a little bit of a humorous note. So we will keep track of Elmo's apology tour of Israel and Jerusalem, see if he kisses the wall or touches the wall even and stuff like that. So yeah, that is a little bit of a humorous note to end on. So yeah, the actual stuff itself, the subject matter, not funny whatsoever. But it just goes to show that you know, you can make fun of these things, and it's okay. It's okay to do so. You know, the British government wants to criminalize comedy and all stuff like that. But yeah, it's okay to kind of make some jokes about these things. And when Elmo gets hacked and goes on a neo-Nazi, verbal spree, it's kind of, it's okay to make a little bit of fun of that. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you find it useful or enlightening or whatever. Have a good morning, afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are. Diolch yn fawr. Thank you for watching. Hwyl fawr. We'll see you next time. Godspeed. You take care now.